Well, well, well. Here we are on another Sunday morning, and it's your traditional Sunday live event from the woods. I'm hoping you can hear me and see me because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So we'll see if it works out. We got questions to answer, and yeah, we got week 6. We got injuries, and some of us are barely surviving with the injuries. So let me know if you can see me. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay, sound and look great. That's what I'm seeing. Just rocking in my rocker here in week 6. And, I'm healthy, which is more than I can say for about 98% of the league. We got a surprise piece of information this morning. Anthony Richardson was trending to play, and then guess what? He's not playing. So, no Anthony Richardson this morning. You can upgrade your Josh Downs. But if you're like me and you're in some super flex leagues where you already had players on bye at quarterback, you're going to be in trouble because that was a pretty late scratch. We've got, I think, a tougher question on Monday Night Football with James Cook and the injury that he's got going on. My goodness. Yeah, Indiana Jones here. What's going on, everybody? Um, I'm following the chat. We're going to bring up questions in a little while. But first, I want to walk through the game day alerts for week 6 and some of the uh, bigger start sit decisions is what we're going to get into. But if you've been watching Caleb Williams cooking this morning in Jacksonville, hot on their way towards the number 1 pick, yeah, that team stinks. That team stinks from a fantasy perspective. If you were counting on Brian Thomas today, Travis Etienne down with the hamstring, Tank Bigsby's getting worked, and now we've got a third running back in the rotation. So what's up, everybody? Mark Anthony, Clayton. I see people coming into the chat. We're up over 6,000 now, and I'm going to walk through the ins and outs first, and we'll talk through the implications there before we get into the questions. And I'm just going to answer questions from the woods. I'm out in the woods, and apparently, thanks to Starlink, you can all see me. So this should be fun. This is a different Sunday live this morning. So. At quarterback, no Derek Carr. Spencer Rattler is going to get the start, which, Spencer Rattler may say the right things about getting the ball to Chris Olave, but teams have been wanting to get the ball to Chris Olave for weeks, and, or the team has wanted to get it to him for 2 years. So it just makes him a sketchy start. Rashid Shaheed is almost a bench for me at this point with a new rookie quarterback. And what else do we got going on? Anthony Richardson, the big news. Joe Flacco starting. Joe Flacco seems good for about 300 yards these days, though the matchup is a little bit more sketch. At running back, no Jonathan Taylor, no Nick Chubb, although we heard that Nick Chubb's going to make his debut next week. No Ramondre, so it's going to be Gibson's season. No Rashad White, so we're going to get Bucky Irving today. No Devin Singletary at running back. So everyone wants to know if Tyrone Tracy can get it done. We've got no Brian Robinson, so Austin Eckler and Jeremy McNichols will get the start there. We did get some news. I got good news for you, and that is that Joe Mixon's going to play football today. People want to know, are you going to start Joe Mixon? I'm putting him right back into my lineup because, I'm not going to lose with him on my bench starting another peripheral spot start type of player like Antonio Gibson, for example. I'm going to play Joe Mixon because he is what makes that offense go. They don't have Nico Collins, and I'm going to go down with my better players. So what else do we got going on? Zamir White, questionable. I don't care. Jalen Warren, all of a sudden, he's going to play football. Jalen Warren's going to play today. It takes Najee Harris, who's a volume play, down a notch if Jalen Warren's healthy. Audric Estime is back in business for Denver. We're just going to watch that. Javante is a flex RB2 start, and but Estime may be on the way as I go through the start sit tool, or rather the ins and outs here, and then we'll get into start sits here momentarily from the woods of Arizona. People think Arizona is just like a desert with tumbleweeds flowing by, which it mostly is. But if you just drive north about an hour or even further up into Flagstaff, you get beautiful weather like this. And I thought I'd go, full Yellowstone outfit for you this morning. Gus Edwards placed on IR, running back for the Chargers. James Cook. Here's the story with James Cook and how I'm approaching this because I've got him in several leagues. He's a Monday Night Football game, so you have to make sure you have a pivot option and that he is in your flex position. Your pivot options on Monday night, they're not great. You need to see if Ty Johnson or Ray Davis are available. That would be your emergency pivot at running back for the Bills. And then on the other side, Braylon Allen's already going to be rostered. You're already going to have Brees Hall, obviously, on a team. So you don't have running back pivot options outside of those two guys that could or could not be rostered in your league. I think they've taken it easy on Cook because he's so important to their offense. And so you're in a situation where, um, I think he's going to play. I think he's going to be all right, but you need to have an emergency pivot option. We got caught in week one with Christian McCaffrey on Monday Night Football, and you can't do that. So move James Cook into the flex, put somebody else in your running back spot, and be ready to pivot. That way you can put a wide receiver in that game in an emergency. Maybe that is a Curtis Samuel emergency start or Mac Hollins. You just need at least one pivot option. So what's up, everybody? I see you in the chat. We're going to get to your questions here soon. Chase Brown's playing, and that's your running backs. Wide receivers, no Devontae Adams. More rumor mill for him. Is he traded? Is he coming back to the team? We'll find out soon. No Malik Neighbors. 2 weeks. Malik Neighbors is going to be out with this concussion. Deontay Johnson's playing. He's been taking it easy in practice. Christian Watson, he is in. He is in this game. So, Dontavian Wicks is going to have competition with Dobbs, Watson. I am trying my best to stay away from that one. We got boots on the ground in Green Bay. Al Borland let me know it's raining out there. So you got rain. You got the injury he's coming back from. I'm not saying start Christian Watson. I'm saying sit your Dontavian Wicks or just realize how risky that's going to be against Arizona, knowing that you've got a pecking order of Jaden Reed and Dobbs is back and Watson's there and Bo Melton and now Dontavian Wicks, who's had issues catching the football. So there you go. Just hit over 9,000 people hanging out with me in the woods this morning answering your questions. All right. Josh Downs and Michael Pittman are playing football today. Michael Pittman was an IR candidate, and now he's playing. This is our season. Joe Flacco is going to be your quarterback. People asking where I'm at. I'm up north in Prescott, Arizona. Came up here with the family for a couple days, and we got nobody down in the studio today. So I'm tackling the Sunday live, and I thought I'd tackle it in style. So, no, we don't know about Khalil Shakir on Monday Night Football. He's questionable. They need him. We'll see. And then Jacoby Myers not expected to play. Dart throw with Trey Tucker there. Good luck. Josh Reynolds is on IR. At tight end, no Taysom Hill today. No Tommy Trimble. Tyler Conklin's questionable. He's a Monday night game. You're in a pickle there. I tried to start somebody else. Tyler Conklin is not the hold at all costs to get him into your lineup. Hopefully you started start of the week Cole Kmet, who went crazy this morning. And Michael Mayer is put on the NFI list. So you've got Brock Bowers and no one else. And I think that is your entire ins and outs as the sun starts to crest over the mountains here in Prescott. And we get to your start sit questions. And guess what we get to do today? I can bring some of these questions up on the board because I am in full control and ain't nobody else here. And let's start here. Let's go to this question as we get ready for games to start. Scooter's writing in and wants to know Calvin Ridley, Deontay Johnson. Look, Calvin Ridley's been this question mark for people. The panic is real when week one went poorly. Week two went crazy. He was great. Week three looked bad. And then you had Will Levis go down hurt. They had the bye week. So here's what I think. I go Deontay here. I think Calvin Ridley's going to get it going. The team wants to get him the football. But Deontay Johnson has shown a rapport with Andy Dalton. And so that's the direction we're going to go. They've got the Falcons this week. And there you go. Let's go ahead and turn the page here. Let's see. Yeah, people talking about James Cook. I talked about that. Your pivot options are Ty Johnson and Ray Davis if for some reason he was out. Oh boy, these are going so fast. I don't know if I can click on them properly. Okay. Tank Dell or Darius Slayton. I may have to just read them versus throwing them up on the board because there's too many of them coming in too fast. Tank Dell or Darius Slayton. I got this question a few times today. No Nico Collins in Houston. Darius Slayton had the big game last week. He's always got the potential without Malik Neighbors when he's thrust into the opportunity to have a big game. But I'm going Tank Dell in this one. Tank Dell has a few games now under his belt, had the injury at the end of last season, had the offseason where he actually was a gunshot victim, had the beginning of this season where he was banged up, but we've got no Nico Collins, so we can go ahead and fire up Tank Dell and expect him to be necessary in this offense. Let's go to here. Start Tolbert, Dowdle, or Dontavian Wicks. With Christian Watson being active, I'm willing to sit Wicks down today and make this a two-man race in Dallas. And with the rushing matchup of Detroit, that is a major issue for Rico Dowdle's efficiency. He's going to be touchdown or bust today. This is a Jalen Tolbert start. He's going to be Jalen Tolbert's going to be somebody that you can count on today, and he's Mike's start of the week. I'm seeing some people talk about what's going on with Travis Etienne. Um, Etienne hurt his hamstring again today, and so it wasn't the start you wanted. And Tank Bigsby and company, they're going to be in control for a little while here. How about this one? Andy Dalton or Joe Flacco? I think if Joe Flacco's starting, my confidence in Joe Flacco um, going out there and slinging the ball around, I think that's the direction that I would go. That matchup today, we thought we'd see Anthony Richardson out there. We're not going to see Anthony Richardson. It's Colts Titans today. Titans are a good defense. Um, so this is kind of a toss up, but I like what I saw from Joe Flacco, and I just think, he's just shown an ability to throw for a ton of yardage on a consistent basis. Gets Michael Pittman back. Josh Downs looks good, and so that's the direction I would go. Chase Brown or Bucky Irving? Chase Brown is going to play today. I see waivers are going through in a bunch of our leagues as I'm checking the schedule here. Chase Brown is going to be out on the field, but I think I like Bucky Irving in this matchup. The Saints are not an easy matchup, but we don't have Rashad White. Bucky Irving is a player that I really like, and I think if he gets involved in the passing game in this game, I lean that direction. So that's the way I would go there. My goodness, it is hard to click on questions when they are flying through. All right, what is this one? Let's see. Javonte Williams or Deontay Johnson? I'm going to go. The matchup for Deontay Johnson is the Falcons. Javonte has the Chargers. I'm going to go Deontay in this one and just trust that they need to throw the football, which they will, because they're going to give up a lot of points. Michael Pittman, the surprise start that people thought was going to get sat down. This week, he gets the start with Joe Flacco or Jalen Tolbert in Dallas. I'm going to go Tolbert in this one. I think that's a better decision. Tolbert, high over under in that game, 52 points. A lot of Tolbert questions coming in that I'm seeing right now. Here's another one, Flacco or Stroud? The Titans are a solid top 10, top 15 defense. I think I have to go. I think I have to go C.J. Stroud here against the New England Patriots. It is in New England, but I'll go ahead and take C.J. Stroud in that one. Although I think you're going to be in similar point scoring ranges with both guys. Question here about Trey Sermon. We know that Jonathan Taylor's going to be out. Trey Sermon is a touchdown or bust play for me this week, and that's the way I'm going to approach it. Red Dead Revolver, Andy. Yeah. I'm in. If you're just joining us, I'm up north. We've got a bunch of our team members out of town today. I'm taking over Sunday Live, and I'm doing it my way from a rocking chair on the porch in the beautiful sunlight as the squirrels skitter about as we all try to put our lineups together and take home a victory in week number 6. Boy, if you have to decide McBride or Bowers first, congratulations. Second of all, I believe Trey McBride is Mike's start of the week this week, but Bowers is the only show in town. I think I lean the Bowers side. We've got rain in Green Bay. I like McBride. He's in my DraftKings lineup. He's cheaper than Bowers there, but I'm going to go Bowers based on the matchup, the weather, and the pecking order, although both are very good starts this week. How about this one? We got all caps. It must be important. Tank Dell, Chris Olave, Terry McLaurin. Bench one of them. This one's tough. Commanders face the Ravens defense. McLaurin's got a pile of air yards this year. I'm going to bench Olave with the rookie quarterback. This is a tough one, but I'm going to bench him, just not knowing what Spencer Rattler's going to be able to do. Boy, what is with the outfit? Yeah, you know what? You get the porch Sunday Live today. I'm up north. I'll be doing the sweat here from the cabin. and we'll see what happens. How about this one? This is interesting. I think people are desperate to play Tyrone Tracy today. That's the truth. I think he is a bit of a safer floor play in this Ridley versus Tracy. Um, Titans play a Colts defense, though, that has just been eviscerated. So I actually think Ridley's the right play here. But if you've been burnt and you're scared and you want to play Tracy, I think I get it. I think Tracy's probably a little better floor. Ridley's a little better upside. Um, in my opinion, the Giants play the Bengals. I think they're both very interesting. That's the way I would go. JMO or Darius Slayton after Slayton's big week. I'm going Jamison Williams here. It's a 52-point over-under. It's against a Dallas defense that's hurt and hasn't been able to get it done. By the way, I'm enjoying all of the names that you're calling me here. Crocodile Andy, Andiana Jones. I like it. Keep them coming. This is a tough one. Kyler or Jaden? Commanders play the Ravens in Baltimore. It's an early game. Cardinals face Green Bay in Lambeau Field. That's a close one. I lean Kyler. I lean Kyler in this one. Jaden's been great, but going on the road in Baltimore, it's close. It's close. Both are starts for most people. We've got this one. George Pickens and all the shenanigans, or Rashid Shaheed. It's very easily Pickens for me. I don't trust Shaheed. Shaheed's got a special rapport with Derek Carr. He's not playing. We got Spencer Rattler. I mean, Shaheed's always good for a big play potential, but so is George Pickens. And so we're going to see if Pickens can get things back on track after the troubled week here. I haven't had anybody tell me that anything's going wrong with the feed, so you must be able to see me. Indiana Jones, Andy Jones. Okay, Indiana Jones. Oh, there we go. There we go. Not a normal week, I'll tell you that. But thanks for joining me. And we got questions that I can answer for the next 10, 15 minutes. Man, a lot of Ridley. We got Ridley or Javonte Williams here. Um, I'm gonna go Ridley today unless I have a way better option. I think they get him the football. I think Joe Flacco starting for Indianapolis in this matchup is a good thing for the game's over under and the potential for some points. I wasn't very encouraged with Anthony Richardson to start the year, especially when he's going to have to go up against a pretty good Titans defense. But I think Joe Flacco will get the ball moving a little bit more. All right, the questions are coming in. We got 15,000 people. People want to be in the woods. That's what I've learned this morning. And welcome in. Enjoy the breeze, the chirping birds, the squirrel. We saw some turkeys up here yesterday. We got deer that come up and you can almost ride them. It's good stuff. Um, Are there any outbacks in Prescott? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't. They got a Red Robin down the street. We could do that. Jaden Daniels or Josh Allen. Here we are, folks. Here we are. You guys were quick to jump on Jason's hot take about Josh Allen being a letdown, but his hot take was based on a good start and a slower finish. And Buffalo right now, the Bills play the Jets on Monday Night Football. I'm going Jaden Daniels. I don't trust Josh Allen right now. We don't know if Shakir's there. We don't know if Cook's there. Jaden Daniels is running the football more than Josh Allen, and Josh Allen's got 3 out of 5 games this year where he has disappointed you. It's time to alter your expectations without Stephon Diggs and a pass-first offense in Buffalo. Doesn't mean that. So the new Yellowstone is just Andy answering start sits. Yes, this is the new version of the show. They've asked me to star every week for 30 minutes. Wandale or Dell. So no Malik Neighbors. Tank Dell. Tank Dell's the pick for me. I hate watching Wandale play football. He can catch 11 passes and be worse than Tank Dell. He can catch 13 passes and be worse than Tank Dell. I know that he has the opportunity. I think he's a flex player. But today's here's what's gonna happen. Tank Dell's getting off the schneid, and Calvin Ridley's getting off the schneid. So those are, take those two predictions as you will. What is this one? We got Michael Wilson or Slayton. I lean Slayton in that one. Slayton everywhere. Slayton or Garrett Wilson. I couldn't sit Garrett Wilson down in that situation. No. Garrett Wilson's going to be the start. We've got a flex start here, Mooney or Bowers. I would probably go Bowers, although the matchup for Mooney is great this week. I love it. I'm excited about it. It's Carolina. But if I had to bet like money on a touchdown between those two guys, I'm going to bet it on Bowers. Both very good starts. Both should be in your lineup. I was joking this morning. This question comes in. It's Mandrews or Isaiah Likely. I was joking this morning that, if you could just start Baltimore tight end, you'd be in great shape. Charlie Kohler got into the end zone last week. Andrews, he feels touchdown or bust right now in this offense because it's not running through him. This was an offense that was a Mark Andrews offense for years. It's not a Mark Andrews offense. It's a maybe Mark Andrews here and there offense. And that's the problem. He's going to have games. People want to be extreme with the takes. Mark Andrews has a long way to go from what his utilization is right now to where we want him. That's why I don't like him on a week-to-week basis. But that doesn't mean that you can't start him ever. It just means that we've got issues. In that case, though, I go Likely. K. Dotton or Isaiah Likely? Likely feels touchdown dependent as well. K. Dotton's been getting thrown the football, but man, this one's really close. I'm going to go Isaiah Likely in this one and just chase last week a little bit. In this economy, why not? Mooney or Wandale? I'm going to go Mooney. The matchup's good. Carolina. Um, okay, what is this one here? Long-time listener, first-time hat complimenter. Yes, thank you very much. Got to put this on and pretend I'm a man every once in a while. Njoku or Likely? Um, I believe I need to verify if we got any other updates here. Let me take a quick look. I didn't see anything negative about Njoku this morning, and I feel like he's more necessary to the offense. It's a risky play both ways. Touchdown dependent Likely or Njoku maybe being healthy enough. That's a coin flip for me. I'm going to go Njoku and just hope I get a little bit more. What do we got here? More Likely. Likely, Dowdle, or Shaheed. Okay, Shaheed with the rookie, Dowdle with the bad matchup, and Likely with three tight ends to compete with. I'll take the volume of Rico Dowdle and just hope he gets into the end zone. 15,531 of you joining me as we tilt our faces off for Sunday morning. Matchups I'm looking forward to the most today, Lions Cowboys. I think the Falcons Panthers game has potential for higher point totals than we expected. And I'm excited to see what the Commanders can do against Baltimore. So um, there should be some fun ones today. We get Spencer Rattler that we get to see out there. Colts Titans could get more interesting now that the Colts defense has just been a problem. And we needed Flacco out there. We got to get the ball moving up and down the field. I'm looking at your questions. We got people coming in from Twitter, got people coming in from YouTube. We've got a bear behind me. If a bear came up, which we've had them up here, that would be one heck of a live stream. But the Bears, they did most of their damage this morning against Jacksonville. So there you go. All right, let's see here. We've got Brees Hall or anyone. Three players getting off the schneid today or this weekend. Ridley, Tank Dell, Brees Hall. Brees Hall is a start of the week for me this week. He's going to be great. Monday Night Football, new offensive play caller, and they get him going. And if they don't, holy crap. That's all I got to say about that. Andrews or Njoku, I would go Njoku there. Madison or Shaheed. I'm going to go Madison. It's incredible we got Pittman questions coming in because it just seems like he had no chance. What's the score of this game here? Is it over? It's not over yet. We had our parlay partay, and Trevor Lawrence he is 9 yards away from ruining that for me in garbage time. But he's out. He's out of the game. I think I was at 245, and he's at 234. Woo! The crown goes on because Mac Jones is in, and we got by just barely. He was playing terrible. Terrible. And yet the garbage time was worrying me with with a whole entire quarter. Tank Dell or Mooney. This is two players I think will do well this week. Mooney feels a little bit safer after last week's performance. I don't blame you to go with your gut there. It's a coin flip for me. Maybe a slight edge to Mooney. James Cook or Dobbins? If I had to make this decision going into tomorrow with Dobbins by himself, no Gus Edwards, Um, it's a tough Broncos defense. James Cook, though, against a tough Jets defense. I lean Dobbins just to protect against injury pivot. If you have Cook, you have to sign somebody for Monday Night Football. And that means you have to displace somebody else on your roster, and that matters. So if a start sit decision is that close, I'm going to lean Dobbins. I'm going to keep the extra player on my roster. I think Cook is going to play, but it's a tough matchup. So that's the direction I go. Pickens or Hopkins? I'm going to go Pickens here. Hopkins has had disappearing acts in the majority of weeks. So that's the direction I'm going to go. Start Sermon or play Cook? I'd probably wait on Cook and get a pivot. Um, let's see here. Questions are flooding in. Burrow or Daniels? Burrow has been just on fire. That one is interesting. Daniels has Baltimore. Bengals have the Giants. I'm going to go Burrow. Ridley or Najee? Najee was going to be by himself. We got word that Jalen Warren's going to start, or sorry, not start. He's going to play. We thought he was going to be out, but he's going to play in this one. I'm going to go. I'm going to go Najee. I'm going to go Najee for the safety of it. I think he's going to get 20 plus opportunities. That's what he's averaging. The matchup is good. And Ridley, I still feel like you're waiting for the big play, although I hope and expect it to be this week. Najee or Tyrone Tracy? I'm going to stick with Najee there, although Tracy is very exciting. Kraft or Laporta? Kraft is the pick for me here. Arizona is the matchup. They're at home, and Kraft is the man. We think Musgrave's going to go on IR. So um, let me jump back into, as we close things out, some of the more surprising start sit decisions that we have based on injury. We found out Anthony Richardson's going to be out. Richardson is out. Joe Flacco's going to get the start. We have no Ramondre in New England. That's a big one. So Antonio Gibson is going to be there. And JaMychal Hasty's in New England. If you're in a deep league, if you want a DFS dart throw, JaMychal Hasty's going to get some work. Joe Mixon back into the lineup, back into my lineup too. They may try to, lighten the load. Week one, Damian Pierce is back. You got Cam Akers and Dare Ogunbowale, but I'm going to go with my horse that looked so great in week one. No Brian Robinson in Washington. So Austin Eckler, Jeremy McNichols getting the start. And we found out Christian Watson's back in today. He's going to complement Dobbs, who's back in today, who's going to be there with Bo Melton, who's going to be there with Jaden Reed. And so you've got a lot of mouths to feed. Dontavian Wicks, very popular start. He could have a big play against Arizona for sure, but it is more of a gamble this week than it was last week. And the catch percentage for Dontavian Wicks is my concern. He's just not on the same page. He's either dropping the football or the route or the Jordan Love pass. They're just not connecting enough. So if you give him 8 targets, he catches 3, you're really touchdown dependent in that situation. That would be my concern. So McConkey or Wicks? Now that gets more interesting. I'll probably go Ledidi, as we call him. Ledidi over Wicks, in my opinion. Seeing some more questions. Bucky Irving or Josh Jacobs? Um, yeah, I'm gonna go Josh Jacobs against Arizona as we get ready to close this thing down. Eckler or Javante? Eckler will be the primary back. He's looked great. He's second in yards per carry this year behind Tank Bigsby, who seems like he's going to get more work in Jacksonville. But Baltimore matchup, I lean Eckler on that one. Looking through here, McConkey or Shaheed, I'll go McConkey. We'll fire off some rapid round here before we close the stream down. Let's go Pickens or Pittman. I'll go Pickens. Marvin or Higgins, I'll go Higgins. Although Marvin should be okay today. Thank you for liking my Arthur Morgan hat. That is what I was going for. I am a man, I chop wood. That is what I do. And I build things and I hunt. I hunt things. That's what I do. All right. Pittman or Wicks? I'll go Pittman with Flacco, although that one's a toss up. Man, let's see if we can get to some more questions here. Tyler or Cousins? I like Cousins this week. In the start of the week. He both should be okay. Isaiah Likely or Kincaid? I'll go Kincaid. Man, I couldn't believe, like, Cole Kmet was the start of the week, 2 touchdowns, thrilled. But I found him on waiver wires this morning. People did not pick him up and play him. even in this tight end economy. So that's pretty crazy. Um, Final reminder here with James Cook. I think he's going to be out there on Monday Night Football. I wouldn't want to pivot in a horrible option for him, but you need to have a backup plan. Get Ty Johnson, get Ray Davis. If you need to pick up a wide receiver for Buffalo, a Curtis Samuel or a Matt Collins is an emergency player. Put him in your flex. Make sure you're prepared for the James Cook situation. I'm checking to see if I got any other news to share with you. It does not look that way. Thank you for joining me in the woods for today's Sunday Live. Good luck this week. Get that W, and we will catch you on Monday with a brand new episode of the show as we